state that no motions or actions were taken during executive session. Item number 15, discussion take possible action regarding 20 Knorr Ave blight fine. At this point, there is no action for the board to take, so we'll move on to item number 16, discussion take possible action regarding Communications Commission. There is also no action for the board to take at this point, so we will move on to, I'd like to add a motion, or I'd like to add to the agenda, discussion possible action regarding resolution for Johnson Controls for their energy-saving improvements to town facilities and the Seymour Public Schools. Motion by Stefan, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda, resolution concerning Johnson Controls Incorporated for energy savings improvements in town facilities and the Seymour Public Schools. I'm going to do the best I can to explain this in as simple terms as possible. We voted on the Johnson Controls contract. We were supposed to spend in the neighborhood of $9 million, just for round numbers, as we know. There were certain projects that were decided that we were not going to go forward with. Some of the projects in the school, the cover for the pool, some different things like that. We also decided that since we're looking at a new community center, it made no sense to invest any money in the old community center at that point. Just didn't make any sense. So we reduced the amount. Johnson Controls then looked at other spots in which they could essentially re-spend that money to provide us additional savings to keep everything level. What they did was, again, to keep it simple, we're going to have carports at the schools that have solar panels on the top. Because the incentives are so great in the amount that we're going to get back, we're able to actually purchase more stuff. So we're going above the initial $9 million purchase, and you can see that in the resolution that's before you, and the additional detail. We're actually going to exceed that by about $5.2 million. However, we're going to pay about $300,000 less when it's all said and done. That's how great the incentives are on this solar.
The incentives, if there is a saving, or the incentives for doing it?
The incentives for doing it.
Okay.
So we are spending an additional $5 million roughly.
Yep.
And the course of this is spent over 30 years or whatever.
We'll 18 years. We'll spend about $300,000 less. Yep. Yep. And you can see the breakdown. It's all included. Rory, jump in if I missed any part.
What's guaranteed, though? Is it just dollar for dollar equal, or are they guaranteeing that those additional above and beyond savings?
It's all guaranteed.
It all has to be guaranteed.
It's all part of the contract. So it's presented by Johnson Controls. It's then vetted by ECG. ECG holds Johnson Controls' feet to the fire. So if they don't...
That I understand, but before it was in equal amount of savings, but you're saying now it's going above and beyond what will actually be saved.
We're going to... No, we're spending more than we initially had said. But the initial cost is going to be $5 million more than we had initially talked about.
Right.
What we're ultimately going to spend over the 18 years is about $300,000 less.
They're guaranteeing
Yes.
that. That's what I want to confirm.
Yes. Yep.
So why, maybe you don't know this, but why didn't they alert us to this when we originally did it?
Some of it had to do with bringing additional, and Rory can speak to this more. It has to do with the age of the roofs. And so why don't you, Rory, you?
Right, the way this works is they have a, if you remember seeing the spreadsheet, they have an estimated payback.
Yeah.
And there are some that are very quick, there are some that are very long. Solar
Yeah.
always made up the bulk of this project in
Mhm.
terms of the savings that we generated. So when we took out certain items, we essentially, like, the savings that were gonna be generated left us with a gap in capacity. We had
Okay.
extra dollars to spend, but it had to be on efficiency-related measures, and we were really struggling to come up with something that fit that bill.
Right.
So they said, let us take a look at doing additional savings. So they had planned to do it on X, Y, and Z roofs at these schools, and either got up on a roof and said, wait, when was this done? Or determined that the roof was possible, but they hadn't counted in because the roof was too old.
Okay.
So a portion of the additional savings is that DAS will reimburse for and you can see the incentive amounts, you know, they're guaranteed as far as state funding is ever guaranteed at this point. And that's kind of the reason that the number is as high as it is.
Yep.
We don't expect to pay 14 million, but if everything should fall through, you know.
Right, I am, I guess, surprised that they didn't bring this stuff up to us before.
It's because it's been evolving. We meet with
That's
them
fine.
every 2
Okay.
weeks, and so like.
New information came out, or a new incentive maybe came out, or they
Yeah.
became aware of something else.
There was another one where we were
Okay, good
initially
luck.
gonna try to get every single building in town on the same, energy management system,
Uh-huh.
and, the cost to doing it just didn't make sense.
It's over $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Just-
dropped that out, and that changed the number drastically, and that didn't save energy.
All right, well, so I guess to Rory, we are now, several months into this contract now. We're meeting regularly with them. You're still satisfied with everything? I know it's very early in our relationship, but
Yeah,
you're still
and I
satisfied?
wouldn't even, I'm in a kind of situation, I go to the meetings so that I know this kind of information, but Tim Connors is at every meeting.
Okay.
Tony Caserta is at every meeting.
And they're satisfied with how things are going?
Yes.
The Board of
Would
Ed-
we say they're happy with how things are going?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Board of Ed was presented multiple options for the carports and how they wanted to expand solar, they made the decision.
Are we talking carports over like the entire parking lot, or are we talking like just small portions? Okay.
Good chunk. Have you ever been to, what's the school in Fairfield
No.
that has it? I'm trying to think.
No.
No, I have not.
But, I mean, they have it, and it's big chunks of the parking lot. It's not the whole thing, but it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Solar panels in the, for the car
They make a
ports.
carport. It's like,
Waterbury Mall?
it's like Sonic
Yeah.
drive-throughs.
Yeah.
Like the Waterbury Mall.
Yeah, it's like a Sonic.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the concept, I just didn't know how much.
That's the way someone explained it to
What the
me.
footprint was.
I didn't know if they were using it for, maybe a plugging.
I'm so surprised that qualifies, but,
All right,
okay. Yeah.
why wouldn't that qualify?
Well, it's the roof, it's the
More
school
solar panels.
construction. You're gonna get 62 cents on the dollar
Yeah.
for the roofs.
More
Yeah.
solar panels.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, with
Creating
the
more
carports,
energy.
You're paying the additional infrastructure fees for putting up the structure. to
Structure.
support them.
Right.
I don't know if that's eligible,
solar
but the
panels
panels that are on top.
Right.
Okay,
But see, it's not an expensive thing, and then it's the payback that's quicker and everything else.
okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But again, just to kind of, ECG sits on top of Johnson Controls, double checks all the the numbers.
Their representatives at every meeting.
Right, to hold them accountable to this, so,
I remember.
yeah. Nice job, Ron. Okay, so I'm going to read the resolution, because it also, we have to schedule a special town meeting at our next meeting, so I just want to read that into the record so we have that. Okay, whereas on September 18, 2018, the Board of Selectmen of the Town of Seymour, Connecticut, authorized the town to enter into a lease purchase agreement with Johnson Controls Incorporated to finance costs of not more than $9,192,608 for energy savings improvements in various town facilities and in the Seymour Public Schools. And whereas the Board of Selectmen wants to amend the lease purchase agreement to authorize the town to finance additional project costs in an amount not to exceed $5,272,392 for a total project cost of an amount not to exceed $14,465,000. And whereas the Board of Selectmen anticipates receiving reimbursement from the state of Connecticut, which will reduce the town's portion of the total project cost to approximately $8,845,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Selectmen recommends that the town amend the lease purchase agreement to authorize the town to finance additional project costs in an amount not to exceed $5,272,392 for a total project cost of an amount not to exceed $14,465,000. Be it further resolved that the attached resolution is hereby approved and shall be submitted to a special town meeting to be held on Tuesday, August 6, 2019, in accordance with the attached warning of special town meeting, which is also hereby approved. Can I have a motion to approve the resolution as prepared by Town Bond Counsel Matthew Ritter?
So moved.
Motion by Stefan, second by Bob. Is there any discussion? All right, Rich, I don't need to add anything other than that. Okay, hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, abstained?
I abstain.
The chair votes aye, motion passes 6-0-1, and please note Mr. Bruno's abstention. Rory, you can make sure that's all posted and everything tomorrow? Fantastic. Okay. Item number 17, appointments. We have a stack of appointments. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion to approve the appointments dated July 11, 2019, as presented. Motion by
Second.
Rob, second by Al. Is there any discussion?
Please have an after 5 seconds.
Yeah, take your time.
There's one last question. Still an alternate on here? I thought he was one.
Alternate. Because of his time. Yeah, because he was concerned he couldn't make every meeting. I didn't think he was a full member anymore. I thought we moved him to an alternate.
Oh, we wanted to do that. I don't know.
Well, it's about to happen now.
You have 2 alternates, is that right?
From what I hear, he's actually going to.
Oh, he is at meetings.
He's back.
It's a very active board,
Yes.
so, I mean, the alternates are getting, yeah, the,
Okay, whatever, whatever.
I mean, we can always correct it at the next meeting if that's not the case.
Can I ask a question about the local emergency management?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just explain this a little bit? I don't remember this.
Anne Marie.
So local emergency planning committee is, every town is required, or committee is, a section of the state is required to have one under your state emergency response commission, that's your CERC. What that does is it oversees to ensure that manufacturers or companies are supplying you with the tier 2s, anything that's required under the SARA Act, your tier 2s, your Form Rs, to let them know what chemicals are on site, and it gets forwarded to the fire departments, so in case they have to respond, they know what kind of hazards they're going into. So what happens is you have to meet quarterly, and if you don't meet you have people on that board, and if not everybody can make that meeting, you can't have you don't have a quorum, right? So you load it, it's pretty much all your fire chiefs, ambulance, police chiefs, your public works, members of DWPCA, because they're there in case there's an emergency in town as well, or anybody else that has any knowledge of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with any of the people on here. It seems like a lot, but if there's a good reason for it, that's fine.
Well, we
Is there any like statute or mandate that we have to have this many people, or is it just kind of like you decide on a town by town
The
basis?
statute, the mandate tells you who you have to have on that board.
Oh, okay. So it breaks it down like you have to have X number of fire.
You have to have your
Personnel,
fire
X
chiefs,
number of-
however many fire chiefs your town has, you have to have your fire chiefs.
Okay.
You have to have a public works.
Oh
director.
yeah. The expiration date is also wrong, to Rob's point.
It is.
Roy Burke. We need to update the expiration
Somebody
date
from the
to
Department of Public Health.
7/16/21.
Sounds good. No problem.
So, Monica, if you can note that in the record, that the expiration date, well, that a girl, for the LEPC is 2021, not 2019. And Rory will be,
That was a good session, you guys have done today.
Rory will be whipped the appropriate amount of times
Accordingly tomorrow.
for each boo-boo. So any other questions, comments? No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain.
I'll abstain as well. Chair votes aye, motion passes, oh no, chair abstains. Motion passes 5-0-2. And note mine and Anne Marie's abstentions. Item number 18, tax refunds and abatements. We have 2 before us this evening. So we'll start off, I'll entertain a motion to approve the tax collector's report dated June 25th, 2019, as presented by Susan Bolin in our tax office.
So moved.
Motion by Stefan, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. I'll entertain a motion to approve the tax collector's report dated July 16th, 2019, as presented by Susan Bolin from our tax office. Motion by Stefan, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. Item number 19 is transfers, we have no transfers before us tonight. Item number 19 is correspondence, we have the check registers, which you received, and then two pieces of information. One to the Board of Selectmen from the Board of Fire Chiefs, letting us know of the Chief Deputy and Deputy Assistant Chiefs for 2019-20. FD1, Mike Lombardi, FD2, Al Rochelle, FD3, Chris Edwards, FD4, David Van Wart. We also have a copy of a letter from Tom LaPaglia to Leanne McMurray, just stepping down as the Democratic Registrar of Voters effective August 1st, 2019. And the new deputy, or the deputy, will be appointed to fill that position. So, I just want to officially thank Tom for his years of service to the town. He was very easy to work with. Tom's a good man, so.
Can I just ask a question of town council real quick? What is the actual procedure for the deputy matriculating to become the full, because that is an elected position, even though it's,
I don't know what that is either.
so I need to, because I may have some role in that, or Kurt has some role in that, or whoever, but
I'll have to get a number.
okay.
I'll find
It's also my intention, if it means anything, that Chris becomes the new registrar, so.
Hey, Roy,
Put that out there.
can you write this down? Check 40690, $1,392. There's no description attached to it. It's the slush fund.
Rory's iPad fund.
Oh, yeah, we're recording, so it's not really a slush fund. We're just kidding. It's. Sometimes I forget.
Just joking.
That's right.
It's a slush fund.
Get myself.
Jesus.
It's a big one, $1,300 too. So we'll get a list of what that is. You're welcome. Yeah, okay, item number 21, public comment. Is there any public comment?
Getting the moment.
No? Okay, hearing no public comment, seeing as though we outlasted the public. Item number 22, Selectmen's public comments. Stefan.
Just quickly, I'd also like to thank Tom LaPaglia for his service. Tom's the man. Love Tom. He's not really going anywhere. He just can't do this one anymore. So, thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Rob.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Tom. Excellent. Al.
Finger go to Tom. I'm good, thanks.
Al has no comment. AMD.
I just want to congratulate MPI, the dedication, hard work, and the continuance into improve and growing. I remember when they first went into Industrial Park, and they're continuing to grow. It's quite an accomplishment they have, as well as to Grand Light expanding and wanting to stay in Seymour.
Excellent.
Thank them for that.
Thank you. Bob.
No comment.
Oh, boy. Trish.
Just want to mention the Seymour Land Trust had their annual senior citizen picnic, which went over very well. Seymour Land Trust sponsors that, has raffle prizes for everyone, and everyone had a fantastic time. So thank you to them.
Thank you. Rory, anything we've missed? It's the longest meeting in like 2 years. Rich, anything you'd like to add? Fantastic.
Motion to adjourn?
Wow, you just got run over by Trish. Motion
Okay.
by Trish, second by Al. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, chair votes aye. Close the meeting at 10:04